with eyes gently closed, coming into a very comfortable posture, start with Kapalbhati with a twist. So come into a complete twist and make active exhalations, pulling the abdomen in. As soon as you start counting from 108, 108, 107, and so on. Discontinue the practice, come to the center and say a sentence acknowledging the count at which you have stopped. For example, if you stopped at 87, then just say I, then say your name and say started Kapalbhati with a twist at 108 in a descending order and stopped at and fill in the blank. Now turn to the other side, return your face and start abdominal Kapalbhati once again, starting from 108. Count in descending order. After making sure you've twisted so well that your shoulders are parallel to the wall on that side. And get your chin over the shoulder blade. So it's a corkscrew effect. You're twisted twice. 108, 107, and so on. Discontinue the practice, come back to the center. Continuing to keep eyes closed, say a mental sentence. I, fill in the blank with your name, did Kapalbhati with a twist, abdominal Kapalbhati with a twist, starting with a count in descending order from 108 and discontinue the practice at and fill in that blank. Now bring your fingertips on the shoulder blades. Bang them in front. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Then reverse it. Make sure your exhalation is a Bhastrika, not a Kapalbhati. What is a Bhastrika? It's a journey. What's a Kapalbhati? It's a destination. Discontinue the practice. Discontinue. Now start Skandha Chakra. The same thing again. Shoulder rotation from 108. Count in a descending order. 108, 107, 106, and so on. Discontinue the practice and say mentally, I, and then your name, Did Skandha Chakra Bhastrika, starting from 108 in a descending order and discontinued at fill in the blank. Reverse the Skandha Chakra now. Start from 108. Every breath has one circle. Every circle has one breath. One, inhale, away from the gravitational pull, up. Exhale, bang in front and down towards the gravitational pull. Make sure you started a count in descending order. If you forgot, restart the count. Discontinue Skandha Chakra and say a mental sentence, an accountability to yourself. I, fill in your name. Did Skandha Chakra reverse in Bhastrika? As I lifted my elbows going away from the gravitational pull and dropped my elbows going towards, practicing the bellows breath in descending order, starting from 108 and ended at fill in the blank. On finishing the sentence, we start with abdominal breathing with a count starting from 21. We inhale and inflate our abdomen like a balloon and push our pelvic platform down. We hold the inhalation and then we exhale, bringing our abdomen in back to normal. Start from 21. Count in a descending order, abdominal breaths. Discontinue abdominal breathing and say a mental sentence, continuing to keep eyes closed. I, say your name, started abdominal breathing with a count in a descending order from 21 and ended at fill in that blank. Now place your right palm on your chest and your left palm on the diaphragm. To do thoracic breathing, inhale, inflate your lungs. Exhale, bring them back to normal. Thoracic breathing, starting in a descending order, count of 21 onwards. Try to make sure your exhalations are longer than inhalations. Don't lose the count. Discontinue thoracic breathing and say the sentence I, fill in your name, started thoracic breathing at the count of 21, counting it in descending order. I discontinued at the count of and fill in the blank. For those who are new, in case you're one of those, open your eyes to watch clavicular breathing. Inhale and do the upper breath, lifting your collarbone so that you make hollows in your clavicles. Hold the inhalation in the upper breath. Exhale and normalize. Don't strain. This is not a strain on my neck. It's just hollows on the collarbones, at the clavicles. Do not strain at the carotid arteries or the nerves. The nerves on the sides of the neck are very sensitive. One can determine one's age however much one manipulates and tries to make an optical illusion from the back of the hands and one's neck. Do not strain. Start with upper breath, clavicular breathing, starting from 21, counting in descending order. Discontinue the practice and say a sentence mentally. I, fill in your name, started doing clavicular breathing, counting in a descending order from 21 and ended it at fill in the blank. If you've lost count in any of these, just say, I started, say the name of the breath work, and say in a descending order but lost count. Now fold your tongue, bring it as out as possible. Inhale fully. Hold the inhalation. Exhale non-stop from the nostrils. Shitali pranayama to cool the gut. Repeat. Hold. Exhale. Now start with the count 51 onwards in a descending order for each Shitali pranayama. Discontinue the practice and say the sentence mentally. I, fill in the blank your name, started Shitali Pranayam from the count of 21 in a descending order and discontinued at, say the number or lost count. Now we do Savitri Pranayam, where we inhale to a count of 8, hold to a count of 4, exhale to a count of 8, hold to a count of 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. This is one round. Starting with a count of from 11, do every round to count in a descending order. Savitri Pranayam. Discontinue the practice of Savitri Pranayam after this round and say, I, fill in the blank, your name, started, fill in the blank, the number from which you started, counting in descending order and stopped at, fill in the blank. Say this all mentally. We now do Brahmari Pranayam with Shanmukhi Mudra. First, before we start counting, we do one sample Brahmari Pranayam in which we inhale fully. We then plug our ears close in Shanmukhi Mudra or normally. And we do a humming sound exhaling. We discontinue the practice. We now start with Brahmari Pranayam from the count of 7. You will not be able to hear me if your ears are plugged closed. Discontinue at the count of 4. Inhale fully. Count in descending order. On finishing in a descending order and counting, coming to a count of 4, say this sentence mentally. I, say your name, started doing Brahmari Pranayam or humming bee pranayam from the count of 7, counting in descending order. I discontinued at the count of 4. Now come into Vajrasana, the adamantine pose, resting your hips on your heels, spine upright. And do Bhastrika Pranayam with hugs, filling yourself with abundance. Inhale, open your arms for hugs. Exhale, elbow over elbow, palms on alternate shoulder blades. Alternate the elbows. Start now from the count of 51. Count in descending order with every hug, every bhastrika, every bellows breath, like this. 51, 50, 49, 48, and so on. Discontinue the practice, relax. Say the mental sentence, totally mentally, I, Bijal Doshi, started doing Bhastrika Pranayam in abundance, swinging my arms open on inhalations, hugging myself on exhalations, placing my palms on alternate shoulders as elbows come one on top of the other, in a descending order from 51. I stopped at and fill in the blank. Now bring the right hand in Nasagraha Mudra. Check which nostril is open. Close the open nostril and inhale and exhale from the blocked one. If both nostrils are open, do alternate nostril breathing. If both the nostrils are blocked, pierce them open with same alternate nostril breathing. If one nostril is open and one blocked, then close the open nostril and pierce the blocked nostril open. Start this from the count of 17. For alternate nostrils, make sure from both is one set. If we are piercing the right nostril open, we are doing Surya Agan Pranayam. If we are piercing the left nostril open, we are doing Chandra Agan Pranayam. If we are piercing both nostrils open by alternating, we are doing Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Celebrate both open nostrils. Work hard on both or one blocked nostril. Covered in my 7 secrets. Last round. Complete the round if it is both nostrils or a mono, one, the right or the left. Bring the hand down if you were using a hand. If both nostrils were open or blocked, you weren't using your hand. And say a mental sentence. I, put in your full name along with the surname this time. Started making an attempt to open a blocked nostril. Or say, I started doing alternate nostril breathing to open up both blocked nostrils. Or say, I did alternate nostril breathing to activate and re-energize both the nostril passage, the pathways, starting in a descending order from the count of 17 and ended at fill in the blank. Discontinue all practices to end this session. Thank you all. Ending today's session. Hari Om Tat Sat.